And I am going to say that there's a great deal of likelihood that I don't need... actually... No, I will have them this far apart because I'm going to continue to expand that as we go down. We're going to want conveyors up to both of them, like so. And then conveyors coming back down, like so. This is going to be here to accept mechanical parts. No imports. This is making mechanical parts, off, off. This is making mechanical parts, off, off. I am probably not going to build this one yet. But then this is going to be a very similar setup to the way I'm going to create the other materials. So, well... yeah, no, that's fine. We're going to just copy this. And I'll adjust it as necessary. I can then live there. In fact, I could shunt it along a little bit. Make it quite compact. So now, this is here for the sake of creating electronic parts. This is here for the sake of storing electronic parts. Oh, no. What? There we are. This is going to need copper. This one will need rubber. Now, to try and get these to connect is going to be a little bit more of an issue. I actually think I might be okay. If I have this one rise up to here, then along. Oh, did that connect? Oh, it did. It's annoying. There we go. Now, what I would like you to do... there. Now, this is a system that I am not building for scalability. Really? Can you not connect? Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I see. The reason why I can't connect is because whilst over here I allow it to bank the turn, it can't do that on the other side because it's a complete component. So let's connect that there, come out by one, and then connect up. No, it still doesn't quite work. Well, what I could do then is make that turn a little bit earlier. Especially if I come up from this one. Yeah, I think I can. Yes. So because I can rise up at that little bit earlier, what I can do down here is this. And then delete this connection. That way I can copy that connection over on this side. Like so. And then from here, I want this to, if I get in the right spot, rise up. Now, it looks difficult to follow, and I agree, it is a bit. But what I'm going to do is hopefully swing back around there and then straight down. And from this point, it can still go straight down. Yeah, there we are. Perfect. Now, it's probably a little bit hard to follow in ghost form, just because it isn't the easiest to see how everything is connecting up, but that does create an output then for electronics. Now the problem is the next two things require electronics and mechanical parts, which is kind of a pain in the bum. So what I could do is have them balance here and then flow back out. It's either that or balance down here and flow that way. Tricky. But the next series of buildings that I need are the lab equipment and the vehicle parts. Now, vehicle parts requires iron, mechanical parts, and electronics. Oof. That's kind of a pain in the backside, actually. And then lab equipment just requires mechanical parts and electronics. So I can have lab equipment just build off from the top there. Alternatively, I could do something similar that I've done over here, in that I kind of have it straight out from there, move down and belt balance, but the remainder travels on, so I could pick up the components along the side, deliver the components over here. It's an option, but it's a little bit more awkward because of the way that these will interact. Because I can't have the belt balances up in the air, at least I don't think I can. No, I can't, which is a bit of a pain. But let's see what we can do. I will never not be amazed that that is a thing now. Right, so we're going to need some more iron delivered. But other than that, everything else here will feed into all of the facilities that I'm about to make. So let's just plan these ahead. I'm going to say that for the time being, we're just going to have one of each and not two. Otherwise, this is going to be a real pain. And if I have the one that needs iron on this side, then that means I could probably... It would be messy if I brought the iron up there. But I could probably have like an additional stockpile over here. And then this one would be just the lab equipment. So I could either have a belt balancer down here that would then send more iron up top. And that is actually completely possible. See what I can do with that glorious belt balancer. Right there. And then these need to feed in. So let's say I use the iron as the last one. So that's the third high. Now, unfortunately, because of their proximity... Though... Ooh, actually, I should be able to, at the very least, rise this up to level 2. So I'll bring that up to here, and then along, and forward and down, and forward and down. Actually, okay, we're going good. And then finally, iron. Let's see if I can't get that up to 3. Nope, not easily. Let's come along down to this point. Maybe on 3, and then all the way down to the end. Can this manage it from there? It's kind of ugly. Nevertheless, I feel it's important to do. So, bring it out and then down. And bring it out and then down. But that does give us everything, all running from these areas down here. And then I can just have... how many tiles do I leave? I leave 2 tiles, so I could do this. One will be for lab equipment. And the other one will be for vehicle parts. Actually, let's switch those around so this one's the vehicle part one. Because that means I can run my conveyors a little bit more neatly. So. Oh, I love those tiles just for allowing me to line them up. The grid, sorry. There we go. So that whole facility should take care of everything we need. Okay. How do I want this split? Honestly, these can just split evenly. I'm fine with it just being a trickle until things are completely backed up. Alright, how much materials do we have available to take care of all of this? Looks like we should be good to go. Let's get this on post. Tonk. Now, let's watch as the swarm converges. I'm just going to preempt an issue with the diesel and build that. I'm actually going to make these a priority too. In fact, I can just make it an ultimate priority by using Unity. It's not like we've got a shortage of Unity, thankfully. Ooh. Thank you, Mother Nature! Wow, that was potentially rough. You're quite right. You're quite right. One of them does only need 2 and not 3. Thank you very much for catching that. Well, given that, then I suppose what I could do is just have that come along there and just bank. That one requires 2, so we're going to switch these around. Well, it doesn't really matter. So this is now lab equipment. This one is vehicle parts. Let's just make sure that's correct. Nope. Yeah, I had that completely back to front, didn't I? Wow. Thank you for prompting me to check, Chad, because that was all arse backwards. There we go. Oof. That would have been ugly. What a mess. And it would have been a pain to fix it too. Yeah, Aavak is still streaming. I was worried I'd miss him. Hey, mate. How you doing? Right. Let's get back out onto the map. Let's head on down here. Bye. Gonna have to tell that to only import, no export. Diesel. Yeah, keep an eye on this. Make sure that they're not being silly and just rushing back and forth, because that would annoy me. Sometimes they get a bit of circular logic going on. Me as well, since I just got back from work, and the stream started after I left for work. How long have I been streaming, chat? Evil Earth, that is very kind of you. You know what? Sure, I will allow it, since you wanted me to. You wanted to use them. Oh! Ocean drilling technology discovered. Marvellous. Go ahead and explore a little bit further out. Now, how much does this place have? Does it say? It doesn't. Oil rig level 2. Are the different oil rigs, are there different levels now to the oil rigs, I wonder? That'd be very interesting. Maintenance, health. Pollution. Ugh. Population. Draining. Unity rather sharpish, unfortunately. Right, I need this to be a much higher priority over here. That needs to be a priority 5 as well. Our ship has discovered a damaged cargo ship. We're about to bring back quite a few peeps, but we got the population space for it, so that shouldn't be an issue. So now it's just a matter of waiting. My old rig says it has 3,200 years left. Wow. Yeah, fire by trial. See, there's some confusion in chat. It's almost as if there's some sort of weird time dilation. Some people are saying I've streamed for an hour and I've got 6 left. Other people are saying I've been streaming for 7 hours. How curious. Are some of chat watching this whilst traveling at relativistic speed? We're just tired. Slower. Okay, so everything down here is fine. That is not going to be an issue. I kind of feel that these need to be on 7s. I want them emptied as an urgent thing. Have I got nowhere to empty them though? No, I've definitely got places to put them. Okay. Well, I'm also going to expand this out. Let's bring that out to about here. Then bring that up all the way. They're not going to get this done, but it's a good place to give them an order to keep them busy, basically. Just traveling through the immaterium, as you do. As you do, yeah, that's right. Aavak is a Time Lord. Enough evidence for me. What? Aavak has been live 30 minutes tops. Seriously though, after the stream, 9, if you're still awake, you know, there's a big if, because I might be streaming for, 30 more minutes. I might be streaming for 30 more hours. I won't be streaming for 30 more hours. I might be streaming for like another 6 hours maybe. Who knows? But if you're around, let's not say still awake, but let's just say if you are awake at the time that I finish streaming, we need to have a chat about Shadowrunsy stuffs. After the stream. So in 15 hours then, yes? Yes. 30 hours. Noted. Shush. Maybe one day. The increased amount of streaming has almost a direct connection to my overall physical well-being. And not the way you're thinking. I'm not like saying, oh, the more I stream, the less good I am. I'm saying the more physically fit I become, the more likely I am to stream without noticing for 16 hours. That's basically the formula. Right now, I'm carrying around a couple of extra of pandemic weight, and everything is heavier and slower and less nice feeling. Once I've shared that, then maybe 30-hour streams. Sounds like a win-win for chat. Oh, the pandemic definitely did a bit of a number on me. Suddenly going from from being quite active to being not active at all, also eating my emotions because everyone I knew was sick and I couldn't fix them. As much as I wanted them to be fixed, I was just an observer in that particular exchange and I was just having to wait on their body to fix them. That was rough. I didn't approve. Why are you not collecting all of this gubbins? Please collect the gubbins. Like right now. Gubbins collection. Chop chop. So we need FitFac then. Yes, pretty much. That's intensely relatable. I know, right? Catalan. It's just one of these things. Went from I'm not even going to say just modest. I was quite active, and then to I can't leave the house, and actually I don't want to leave the house. Do you know what's outside the house? Chaos. Everything is bad. It's like everywhere is a potential threat. The world is on fire. In the house, at least, it isn't on fire. However, my access to healthy food somewhat diminished because, I'm just gonna eat takeaway. So, not only did I stop being very active, I also started eating shit. It was a bad time. A heavy toll. But getting back to the gym now. I've been getting back to the gym a little bit for a while, but it's very, very much been off and on. But it's becoming a little bit more stable now. Tell you what, though. Despite the fact I'm fairly certain I had COVID at one point, simply because I can't imagine that it wasn't COVID. Like when Sheelab got COVID and was really, really sick with it, I had a headache one day that felt a little bit more than my regular headaches. And I was like, this is worthy of note. But it's not slowing me down. It's just a headache. I'm used to those. And I just carried on with my business. I'm fairly certain that was probably me being asymptomatic with COVID. There was enough extra weirdness going on in my body. My body was like, it's kind of shit. The headache's a little bit worse today than usual, but it's no worries, boss. Carry on. And so I did. But then I've been following Talix's updates on COVID. It's like, oh man, that kicked his butt. I've got some friends who, like, it really does seem like a coin toss. Some people who still haven't recovered from having it right in the beginning of the pandemic, and others who aren't even sure they ever did, but probably did. More or less the same boat as me. Right, how are we doing there? There we go. They should be a little bit happier now. Yeah, like if you've got asthma or something like that, you might not even notice having COVID just because it's not really gonna be anything new. Oh my lord, it's taking forever to get everything down here, isn't it? Let's speed things back up again. How are we doing? What are we lacking? Concrete as usual. I'm thinking I might need to expand up concrete production. Because this really is not going fast enough. Well, actually, yes, it is. Huh. Alright. Popping all of these down to 6s to make sure that the flow of resources is going well. Nine says, when I got it, my voice was gone for like 2 weeks, and it took me about 2 more to recover. Really? So you just flat out didn't, like, you know, like proper lost your voice, not just your throat was hurting? Actually, you're the first person that I know who said that. It's not the first time I've heard of that as being a symptom, but you're the first person that I know who's had that symptom. Yeah, no. Long COVID is, and just COVID as a whole. Like some people have gotten it, and it's just like, it's a nasty case of the flu, or in some cases, it's barely even a cold. And then others, life-changingly bad. It's just one of those things, really. Fuel station is out of fuel. Huh. Why? Oh. Well, that is an unfortunate combination. Not gonna lie. What? Oh, I'm a dumb. Much dumb. Very me. Yeah, having asthma during respiratory virus pandemic is great. Am I going to end up in the hospital in a few days, or did I just walk in and out of the air conditioning? Yeah, no, exactly. Very, very wildly different impacts on people. And it's not always obvious that it was like, oh, well, you know, generally a sickly person, you're going to get pretty sick. Some of the really healthy people that I knew, again, just floored by it. Guess on some level it's a bit of a genetic lottery sort of thing going on. On others, just horrible luck. Okay, let's have a look at you. Ooh, you finished your work. Well done, you. Let's expand this out a bit down here. I would like to completely level this terrain. Just completely cap this area, because that gives me a lot more room to expand. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like a lot of viruses that target the brain. The virus isn't the part that's doing the worst damage. In fact, there's one bacteria that targets the brain. It's not really targeting the brain. It's just it happens to thrive in warm environments, which is bad because that's one of your primary mechanisms. I think you've probably seen it. It's on Kirkstad. I can't say the name. But like it thrives in a hot environment, which is bad because that's like one of your primary defenses. But it just makes its way up into your brain and it starts munching on the synapses. But then your immune system comes in. It's like, right, got this. Don't worry, boss. Gonna have this cleared out in no time, and nukes everything. Got rid of the bacteria. Also, quite a lot of your brain dead. But yeah, exactly. The thing with COVID is that your immune system was so aggressively fighting it that it was doing more damage than the virus might have done otherwise. Nurgle works in mysterious ways. Well, you know, at least as you're sputtering and coughing and sneezing, you've got a headache that makes your eyeballs feel like they're going to burst, you can know deep down that Nurgle is doing this because he loves you. As only Nurgle can. It's an amoeba, not a bacteria, sorry. Tunk. Also tunk. Tunk. Let's get as much of this done as I can. Actually, you know what? Can I go wha-pow? Yes! Ah, the bestest of things. What the dickens is going on there? Huh. So, that wasn't meant to happen. Oh, probably what happened is when I was building that up, it kind of went awry. Dunk. Yeah, Sheila and I pretty much the same. That's part of the problem is why I've not been as active down the gym for as long as it's been allowed to be active down the gym. It's 'cause just numbers weren't good enough. You know, I wasn't satisfied that it was, you know, quote unquote safe. And again, while I'm pretty certain I had COVID and I got away with fairly minimal consequences, Sheila was absolutely... Well, Sheila basically... Well, I mean, part of it was me being over cautious, I guess, but hopefully it was worth it. But yeah, she wasn't off the couch for 2 weeks. And it took like the better part of a year and a half for her lung capacity to reach levels that were normal. You know, it took a long, long time. And even now, it's not 100%. It's just like mostly normal. So it's like, yeah, as much as it would be nice to get back down the gym, it's like you kind of got to stack that up with the consequences. Is the risk worth it? There's this thing called normal lung capacity. Imagine for some people that's like, what? There is such a thing? Right, so we're just waiting down here for a little bit more to be done. Let's try and do another... Oh, yeah, we did. Nice. Just taking a little bit of the load off from my trucks. Being a good Aavak. Right, how much... Oh, we've still got loads of concrete waiting there. And once again, not enough over here. Yeah, we're waiting on vehicle parts. Okay, well, let's send out the ship. Not enough maintenance. Shenanigans, I call. Shenanigans. Really? I guess. Yeah, we're losing it. Alright. Time for us to expand then. And it's going to be quick delivered. Delivered there, quick delivered here. There we go. That'll take care of our maintenance needs for quite some time, I should imagine. Actually, it isn't even a priority, it just needs to have some work done on it before it's finished. But because it was still paused, that still didn't play through. Hooray! Can I get over there? Oh, man. That was a wasted trip. That cost a lot of fuel. My bro and I will have to start going back to the office 2 days per... 2 days per pay period starting after June 25, even though we're getting tons of emails indicating that people with COVID are being announced in that office frequently. Yeah, one of my other friends was like had to go into the office. They require them to go in once a week, and someone showed up to work and had been a little bit snuffly. Came in anyway. And, you know, people were like, oh, you haven't got COVID, have you? He's like, no, it's just a cold, I did a test and all this sort of stuff. And they were like, you still probably could have just not come in. And he was like, it's fine. And then, yeah, the day after, was like, yeah, no, I've got COVID. And the entire office had to shut down. And it was like, for the sake of that one worker coming in, because, again, you know, it wasn't entirely their fault. They'd been told to come in. But that one worker came in, so the entire office was basically closed again for another week. So it's like, I don't know. If the job can be done remotely, I mean, I appreciate that some jobs, they do need to see people. And you know, some work isn't as possible remotely. And that's just the way that is, and is you know, it's neither here nor there, really. But some of it really doesn't need to be, and it's kind of, and it seems to me like it's cost ineffective to enforce it for some reason. Do you not get COVID pay down in England? Really? Oh, actually kind of surprised with that, Devilfish. I mean, I know, again, the laws are very different. Everyone seems to think that England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland all are basically, they are run exactly the same. They're really not. Westminster controls the purse strings, but once they've handed over the coinage to the other, like, devolved governments, they spend it as they please. And that's why in Wales you've got free opticians, free dentists, free prescriptions still, but England hasn't had that for ages. Same in Scotland. Oh, is it the same in Canada? I didn't realise that. That's actually very interesting. That you've got a similar thing with the various provinces. That is actually very interesting. Right, okay, I need this boosted again. We are not able to pull enough of this pipe through. Is this even outputting? I really don't think it is. Should be, but I think it's likely that we've reached the throughput of that pipe. No, we're just waiting on these now, I think. I could boost them. I might. Yeah, sure, let's get that on a boost. Same with these two. We'll do it for the time being, but definitely feeling that the logistics in the game are... Well, the logistics are a little bit more complicated now, I think, which is the problem. There's more things to move. And so that's having a fairly big effect on the overall functioning of the colony. I do need a lot more... I need a lot more vehicles, though. I think my logistics fleet is wanting. Let's get up there and explore. Of course, the other thing is that every time the ship heads out... you know what? Sure. We're going to break this pipe. And the reason for that is that I don't want fuel being split between the generators in my fuel station and the dock. So for example, this is now on 3. I'm going to make this one a 5. Import diesel. Keep full. So this one will always have more. And my fuel lines will be preserved. Because that's why every now and then I run out of power, is because the ship comes back and then drinks all of the fuel in the stockpile in order to refill. Yeah, you need 6 pumps and 2 distillers if 1 distiller isn't enough, and different input pipes also. Well, what I'm hoping to do is, because I think I've already... No, I haven't unlocked it yet. My goal will be to build the 2nd tier research. Oh, okay. Bravely run away, Sir Robin. Can we get down there? No, we can't. That was an incredibly wasted effort then. But we'll get the 2nd tier labs and get the upgraded pipes up and running, because that would take care of all of that for me. It's just a matter of when. There we go. Oh, that's wrong. Dunk. No import there. No import. No import. I'll leave these there because now those lines are filled up, they're not going to go anyway. Now it just becomes a case of getting all of these made. Go with that one first, since that's going to give us vehicle... yes, that will give us vehicle parts. Which will be very much appreciated. I am liking the different sound effects they've got now for the different industries. I really like that, actually. I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Have a good night, Flank. You have a great sleep, mate. For those of you who are leaving before the next tea break, I realise some of you might have been hanging around to try and catch some more keys. Do not worry. I've got plenty, and any that I don't give out on the stream tonight, I will be giving out just randomly here and there. But a good place to keep an eye would be Discord. On that note, if you're not already a part of the Dapperdale Discord, you can type !Discord in chat and get a link. Just say hi in the general chat room, and that will give you... then one of the Archons will spot you there, and will dip you in blue and give you full channel, full server permissions. We do it that way because we had a trouble with bots for a little bit, and so we just limit what channels an unvalidated account can access. Right. What are they waiting on? They are waiting on the output from here, which is itself waiting on a little bit more metal. Fair enough. Yeah, it does very much feel like the main limiting factor for us right now is getting these vehicles made. Oh, I've got all the materials. Fantastic. Let's get some more trucks out then. Oh, that's done. Let's unhook that. Yep. I see these little reflective bits. Bloody landfill. Now, in terms of our... Oh, there we are. Perfect. That will start filling up eventually, but we're going to be giving big priority to the fuel reserves for the rest of the colony first. There we are. Another truck on the way. Perfect. Right, so that's excavator. Where do we want you? Don't really need you over here. We seem to be doing okay there. How are we doing down here? Yeah, we're doing okay down there too. Probably fair over here. Honestly, you might just actually be a spare excavator. In that case, I'll get you over here to help remove that area there. And we'll get another truck. I think it is going to come down to getting lots more trucks available. Not enough Unity? What? Okay. I guess we'll take that off then. You may have more water once again. Rejoice. Or not. It's entirely up to you if you want to rejoice or not. Problem with the water saver is it will affect these in a fairly big way, because the only way I can reduce how much water they use is through that edict. Or rather, reduce how vulnerable they are to it not raining.